Hey, what's up? Back again. Another video for the day. Um, this time is a video game review, which is the first that I'm doing for the channel. Mortal Kombat 1 video game review. Really, I'm really gonna mainly just be talking about the story mode and most of the characters. This was great, man. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Big like the big two, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I like Tekken as well, but not as much. I don't like Tekken as much as Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Like those are like my main two fighting games. But this was great, man. The story was great. It is a reboot. It picks up where the end of the last game left off with Liu Kang, like rebooting the timeline, and we getting new iterations of old characters, and returning characters who haven't really been featured in most of the recent games in recent years. So we got few like older characters who were around back in like the early like 2000 like Deadly Alliance and Armageddon. So Raiden is pretty much in Liu Kang's position as the chosen one of Earth realm. And then we got Kung Lao. We got Johnny Cage. We got Kenshi Takahashi. As like they're pretty much like Liu Kang's like main champions, like Earth Realm champions. We get to meet Bihan. We get to meet the Lin Kuei, Bihan, Sub-Zero, which I always hated Bihan, man. In all of the previous games, like I like him better as Noob Saibot. I always liked Kuai Liang as Sub-Zero. Always, when I think of Sub-Zero, I think of Kuai Liang. I fucking hate Bihan. He's so unbearable, so fucking arrogant. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. And this game definitely didn't do him any justice at all. I hate Bihan. We also get Kuai Liang as Scorpion this time around, as opposed in this new timeline, he is replacing Hanzo Hasashi, who is known for being the main version of Scorpion. So I think it was pretty cool, seeing certain characters and different roles in this new time in Liu Kang's new timeline. I liked that. We get Smoke. We get Smoke as well. As the adopted brother of Bihan and Kuai Liang. I've always been a fan of Smoke in the previous games. They kind of did him dirty over the years, but I really liked him in this. We go to Outworld. We get to meet Sindel, which I like this version of Sindel, and Katana and Melina, which I ain't trying to be funny, bro, because everybody been saying this, so I'm not the only one. Man, Sindel and Melina, bro, Katana too, man. All of them look good, bro. They look good as shit, bro. Like even before Melina gets the whole Tarkat disease, which in this continuity it's a disease, as opposed to the previous game. So characters like Baraka and Melina, they're more sympathetic, in this era, which I really liked, because I was never really the biggest fans of Baraka or Melina in previous games. Well, I like Baraka in the last Mortal Kombat game, and then I like him in this one too. But this is the first time I actually liked Sindel and Melina in a Mortal Kombat game. Because they're, they just evil, and all the previous ones. But this one, they're, you know, their royalty, actually, good, good-hearted. Um, yeah, man, I like how, General Shao Kahn, in this timeline, he's demoted. He's not a Khan. He's a General Shao. He doesn't have his he doesn't have the full extent of his abilities because he hasn't killed Onaga, obtained and killed Onaga, so he doesn't have access to all of his abilities like in all of the previous games. Because I always say I get so sick and tired of them overusing Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Those are like the top three that they always overuse in these games. So I probably say that was my only nitpick. Because of course Shang Tsung is the main villain in this game. Of course, we get to meet the new Shang Tsung, who in Liu Kang's timeline is kind of living like a meaningless life. He's kind of a fraud pretty much, and we get to meet a different Shang Tsung who is from the same timeline, the same Shang Tsung from the previous game who battled Liu Kang for the hourglass, and he approaches his alternate self, and posing as Kronika, which I understand why was he posing as Kronika, and pretty much tells his other self about his about the timelines and how Liu Kang pretty much neutered him and all that. So the alternate Shang Tsung comes to power, and then he reaches out to Quan Chi and General Shao, and then they start stirring up shit between Outworld and Earthrealm, and making Liu Kang look like the bad guy and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this was pretty good, man. They got a new mechanic. They got a cameo mechanics where you can play, as your main characters, your main fighters, but you can also have like a secondary character on the battlefield with you, like Jax, Sonya Blade, Kano, Mataro, just the actual Kuai Liang, Sub-Zero, Cyrex, characters like that, just to name a few, which I think that was pretty cool. At first, before the game came out, I didn't really care for it at first. I was like, I don't really care for the cameo thing. But when I actually got to play it, I was like, damn, this shit pretty nice. Because you pretty much get to combine attacks, in between the fight. During the fight, which is, pretty cool, which I don't think they done in any of the previous games. But it was pretty dope, man. I liked it, man. Then we get the final battle at the end where Liu Kang literally recruits other like Titan gods from other timelines to combat the main Shang Tsung, or Titan Shang Tsung as they called him in the story mode. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty much like a repeat of Deadly Alliance. And, pretty much like the final battle was pretty much like yeah, like I said, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, where they all on the top of the pyramid, and they everybody clashing with each other, and a lot of characters getting killed off. But yeah, man, the main, Liu Kang, of course him and his team wins in the end, and everybody has a happy ending, and then that's the end. But I give this a 9 out of 10, man. I can arguably say this is like top 5, like hands down, like top 5, like of the best like Mortal Kombat games. And given coming from a guy who's played every single one on every single console, um, this is definitely like top 5. I probably I don't really know where I would put it. Like either like the number 2 spot or number 3, or hell, it could even be number 1. I don't know, but this is definitely top 5. Um, like I said, as far as like my nitpick, my only nitpick with the game is that you know, overusing Shang Tsung. I'm like, bro, come on, like, because in the last game, you know, we had Chronica, and then when we got the extended version of MK11, Shang Tsung was the main threat after Chronica. I'm like, and then he's the main threat for this game. So I'm like, oh my god, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of all 3 of them. I'm sorry. I'm tired of Shang Tsung. I'm tired of the Shao Kahn, and I'm tired of Quan Chi. Those are the 3 main Mortal Kombat characters I am sick and tired of. I'm sick of them 3. So whatever, like I said, whatever the next Mortal Kombat, like the follow-up game after this one, like 4 or 5 years from now when we get the next MK game, do not make Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn the main threats again. Like, yeah, like introduce a new character or like something. You know, that can challenge Liu Kang and, you know, the Earth Realm champions. Introduce somebody else, man. Cause I'm sick of these niggas, dog. I'm sorry. I'm like I said. I mean, I know they got their fans, but I'm sick of them. But also before I go, another little another little gripe. Megan Fox, bro. She was terrible as Natara, as the voice and facial features as Natara. That bitch, she is terrible, bro. I'm sorry. Megan Fox, she's a very attractive woman, very attractive. Like, when I like, but she cannot act. She cannot act, man. Like, everybody been picking her apart on social media. Like, her voice was, like, you could just tell she was just phoning in her performance during her recording sessions, man. Cause that shit was terrible, dog. That was terrible. But aside from those 2 little nitpicks, I love the game. Like I said, I give it a 9 out of 10. The story mode was great. I love, you know, Liu Kang is my favorite character. You know, I love seeing him, you know, being the architect of this timeline. And, you know, like I said, I loved how they handled you know, characters like Sindel, Melina, Baraka, Reptile, Ashra, you know, Quiley Gang, Scorpion, Smoke, Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, Raiden, Kenshi, Takahashi. I like how all of their characters were handled in this game. I like, that's another thumbs up. Like, they actually got me to care for Sindel, Melina, and Reptile, and Baraka. 4 characters that I never cared for in any of the previous games, but I care for them here. Like, so that's a huge improvement. Yeah, man. Like I said, if you haven't played the game, like I said, man, cop it. It's dope. Definitely one of the best, top 5, like best MK games in a while. But I got another video coming up after this, so stay tuned. Peace, one love.